Hello everyone, my name is Sumay Tanzil Khan. I am one of your lab faculties. In today's lecture, we will learn about Excel table. Excel tables are like containers for your data. An Excel table makes managing and analyzing data easier. Within the table, data can be filtered, sorted, summarized and formatted. So at first, we will learn how to create an Excel table. To create an Excel table, first you need to select a cell. Here I have selected D10. Then I need to go to the insert option and select the table icon. So here it shows the first cell of the table. Now I need to define the last cell of the table to create an Excel table. I will give colon and then specify the last cell of the Excel table. Let's say I have created I19. I19 will be the last cell of the Excel table. So then my table will have headers. So I will select this option, my table has headers. See, an Excel table has been created starting from D10 and the last cell of this table is I19. These are my column headers. It is the first row in a table and contains the column headings that identify each column of data. Column headings must be unique in the table. They cannot be blank and they cannot contain formulas. This is the body of the table. Here we keep all the data and formulas. These are my rows and these are my columns. What if a data table is already created but you need to create an Excel table with this data? For that we need to select any of the cell of the table and go to the insert option and choose the table icon. See, it shows the first cell and the last cell of this particular table, and we have to select my table has headers and then OK. See, our Excel table has been created with this data. Anytime you create a new table, Excel will give it an initial generic name starting with table 1 and increasing sequentially. You should always rename your table with a descriptive and short name. You can navigate tables with the name box in the left side drop down. There are a few rules you need to follow to name a table. Each table must have a unique name within a workbook. A table name can have a maximum of 255 characters. You can only use letters, numbers and the underscore character in a table name. No spaces or other special characters are allowed. A table name must begin with either a letter or an underscore. It cannot begin with a number. If you want to rename multiple tables, go to the formula option, then click name manager option, and from this you can select any of the tables of your workbook and go to the edit option to rename the table name. Whenever you select a cell inside a table, you will notice a new tab appear in the ribbon labeled table design. This is a contextual tab and only appears when a table is selected. This is where all the commands and options related to tables will live. This is where you will be able to name your table, find table related tools, enable or disable table elements and change your table style. You can add a total row which allows you to display summary calculations in the last row of your table. To enable the total row, go to the table design and check the total row option. See, a total row has been created at the end of the Excel table. You can select an entire column in an Excel by hovering the mouse cursor over the column heading until it turns a small arrow pointing down. And then you need to click left. See, the entire column has been selected. You can also select the entire row. Hover the mouse cursor over the left side of the row until it turns into a small row pointing left. Then left click and then entire row will be selected. It's also possible to select the entire table, and there are a couple of different ways to do this. Hover the mouse over the top left corner of the table until the cursor turns into a small black diagonal right and downward pointing arrow. Left click once to select the body. Left click a second time to include the header row and total row. Another way to place the active cell cursor inside the table and press Ctrl A. This will select the entire body of the table excluding the column headers and total row. Press Ctrl A again to include the column headers and total row. Changing the styling of a table is quick and easy. Go to the table design and select a new style from the selection found in the table style section. If you left click the small downward arrow on the right hand side of the styles palette, it will expand to show all available options. These table styles apply to the whole table and will also apply to any new rows or columns added later on. In the next video, I will show you how we can filter data from Excel table. Thank you.